Christina Louie Dyer. I lead community impact and the foundation over at Checker. Checker is a people data platform whose mission is to really build the data platform that powers safe and fair decisions for employers who are making any suite of decisions, whether that's hiring, housing, right, caregiving, all of that. We're really a one-stop shop for folks to really understand who they're bringing into their organization. So there's kind of two parts. So the company, right, is a people data platform. We have our own technology. We're a tech company, but we also have a heavy investment in community, which is where I get to do this work. Really, from the beginning, Fair Chance Hiring has been at the forefront of the work that we do. And by that, I mean the hiring of individuals who have records has really been the kind of focus of our social impact. And so we work with other companies to help them think about their own hiring strategies, and we know that it's a really important part of a business model to really think about hiring individuals with records. So we saw the opportunity to bring apprenticeships in to help employers start to understand not only the importance of this, but what it's like to bring in someone who has that lived experience and can kind of show, right, the opportunity pathways that are available. I actually see it as a talent strategy, and that's why it's so important for businesses to really understand how to be more thoughtful and inclusive in their hiring practices, because studies show that again, specifically speaking to the just as impacted population, but those who are coming into the workforce when given an opportunity are harder working, more loyal, and actually going to have a longer tenure than those who don't. And so as an employer, right, looking at that, like I want the people that are going to be incredibly dedicated and are going to stay longer. And that to me is just a talent strategy. But really we focus more on what is this bringing to the business and the employer, and why should someone choose to invest in this? From what I've seen and I've experienced is that when given a shot, folks are going to take that opportunity and really, again, give it their all, show up. And it's really because of that opportunity that simply folks who have a record are often carrying a scarlet letter coming into this. And so a lot of folks aren't able to even get that first opportunity to then demonstrate that they are the incredible add to your company. So the Catalyst Apprenticeship Program was really modeled after a program that we chose to run internally first. And then we took it to our foundation and started talking to employers to understand who might be interested in joining our apprenticeship program and helping us to kind of grow this ecosystem of fair chance employers. And so once we were able to identify employers, we worked with them to kind of figure out which teams and which areas there would be the most opportunity should apprentices join their organizations. And then even furthering the ecosystem, we partnered with the last mile to help us then vet talent for the positions that we had available. And once we were able to do that, we were able to connect talent with the employer. And then through the Catalyst program, Checker.org actually subsidizes the wages. So that's where we come in, is we bring the pieces together, we bring the players together, and then we work with UPro, once we've identified all these pieces, to really make sure it's a seamless experience for both the employer and the apprentice. They act as our employer of record, but we know that they go much further than that and really help support through coaching, answering questions, helping folks navigate all of the various pieces, because oftentimes this is maybe the first time someone has embarked on an opportunity like this. So in short, the ecosystem really is so many players, but each of us specializes in our own field. And by coming together, we're really able to make this happen. Our apprenticeship program is 12 months paid on the job learning. So internally at Checker, we cover all of the wages since apprentices are working with us. And then through the foundation, part of our agreement with the employers is that we subsidize a percentage, at least 50%, if not more, of the wages of apprentices. The goal with the apprenticeship program, both internally and through our foundation, is that anyone coming through the program is going to get a solid year of on-the-job experience. Again, full pay, getting to be really hands-on, working and embedded within a team. And we hope that over that 12 months, right, they come out with the skills to land that full-time job, either where they're at or elsewhere. So our apprenticeships are registered or are being registered for some tracks with the Department of Labor. And so there's very set skill sets that someone has to acquire. There's trainings that folks have to meet. 1 in 3 adult Americans has some sort of record. And when you think about the magnitude of that number, most people have some connection to someone who does have a record and is navigating some of these challenges. And so if we're leaving out a third of the adult population when it comes to consideration for jobs, we're missing so much talent. You want to hire the best person for the job. And so naturally, you're going to have people that get through the process, that are ready to work and are the right person for the job. And by being open to hiring individuals who do have a record, companies are going to win because they've already identified that this is the best person. These are the Rons and the Vals, right? And we need to make sure that they are not cut off from opportunity because of that, right? Folks are showing up. They are where they are now because of some of their past and everything that they've overcome to be here. And I can't think of a better person to hire than someone who's had to overcome challenges in order to get to that same opportunity and is showing up today. So again, it's really looking at the magnitude and making sure that we're thinking about bringing in the best people for these jobs. The employers that we have in our cohort right now, all of them are incredibly values aligned. When we look at the magnitude of people who are looking for that opportunity, but then looking at the number of companies that still aren't as open in terms of their hiring. And so that's why I always really commend organizations like Lyft and Aramark and those who are coming along this with us. There's actually a case study on Checker that MIT did because it's been part of what we do for the last 10 years. So we don't question it. We're a fair chance employer. We're proud of that. Anyone that comes in and is chosen as the best candidate for the role, if something comes up on the record, we review it. We have a whole adjudication committee. We review it case by case. And then most times, again, we decide very quickly on what we want to do, but we are not excluding people because of their records. We have long been an advocate of fair chance hiring. And for us, it was continuing to put resources to that commitment and really finding ways to more creatively demonstrate the value to other organizations. In 2024, Checker.org, our foundation, made a commitment to apprenticeships, and we committed a certain amount of funding, which we wanted to leverage to actually helping more companies bring on apprentices to be more proactive about their fair chance hiring work. This was kind of the first time that we were going out and working on a program that was going to be more of a direct service. And so this is where that ecosystem was really important to us, which is we had this commitment and this vision of how we wanted to do it. We had interested employers. We had the right partner to work with to help identify talent, which is the last mile. But there's a really huge piece there that we were missing, which is the employer of record and an organization that could help us run the program from, an HR and just kind of overall employee programs perspective. And so that's where we sought out a partnership with UPro, who acts as our employer of record. We know that any of our apprentices can go to Emily and the team with any questions that they have to feel supported through some of those questions, again, around anything from benefits to even, a situation they want some coaching on. So really, we saw UPro as a great partner because they weren't only an EOR, they are an EOR plus so much more. And ultimately, our missions were so aligned that we knew that by working with them, we were able to go after the same goal and really see the success of this program. While I believe it to be a really powerful model, anything we can do to make it more accessible for employers who may not have that level of investment or resourcing available to do that, that feels like a huge opportunity because we have so many companies that I'm sure would love to hire and bring in apprentices and maybe don't know where to start, don't know exactly what it means to be a registered apprenticeship and how to register them. And quite frankly, we work with an organization to help register ours.